Right here on 102.7 KCHW.
We are your Blue Suede Connection.
I'm all shook up.
Oh. Something wrong with my leg. It won't stop shaking. Just be happy the camera doesn't go there. And good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. Getting started on a Thursday. We're going to play this anyway, just in case Chuck wakes up.
We are the Three Amigos.
All right. Good start. All right. This morning with us, Mr. Alan Milani. Good morning, Alan. I'm so glad.
Good morning, sir.
I'm so glad you're awake. Although you might get sucked away from the show, you said.
Yeah, just temporarily.
If that happens, I'm just going to go to break and stay at break till you come back because I can't do it alone. There's nothing like telling a joke or trying to be funny and nobody laughs. At least you fake laugh for me.
We do that every week.
I know. All right, what's up with the beanie this morning?
It's cold.
Oh, that's right. It is cold there, isn't it?
No ifs, ands, or buts. They're
Oh.
expecting 1 to 4 inches in the lowlands today of snow.
Ooh. Yeah. I still can't get over it. You guys literally went from summer to winter in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's-
2.5. There's
it's
no
kinda
transition time there. Again,
Right.
Eastern Washington, shortest fall ever, longest spring in the world.
Yes.
Wow, you are right. 41 degrees for a high temperature today, 20% chance of precip. Down to 34 tonight with a 93% chance of precipitation. That's a lot. So if you're in the higher elevations, you're going to get pummeled tonight.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think they said something like 6 to 8 inches up in the hills.
Wow.
Yeah,
Big one.
crazy.
45 and 35 for your Friday with a rain-snow mix. 44 and 24, mostly sunny on Saturday. 17% chance of precip. Sunday, 70% chance of snow. 38 and 25. Monday, 29 and 13. 25% chance of snow. That's right, folks. I said 13 degrees. Wow. You know, I kept saying, if you listen to the weather every morning on the radio, I kept saying, get your yard work done. Get those projects done. So I
Yeah.
hope you did. All right. Did I say Monday, 29 and 13?
Yeah,
Not
crazy.
much better for Tuesday, 27 and 15. Wednesday, 28 and 14. Wow. Wow. I am still sitting at 60. I feel so good about that. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. It's horrible. Oh.
Weird, huh?
Yeah. That is crazy, crazy weather. Let's hope that isn't a sign of how your winter's going to go, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, that's terrible.
No
All right.
kidding.
All right, busy night, busy, chilly night. It could be your first chance to walk around, maybe a little snow. Take your umbrella because it is First Thursday Art Walk, and there's a lot of stuff going on downtown, of course. You've got the curator of this event, the Trails End Gallery. You've got different galleries, the McCunn Gallery. You've got the Center for, or you've got the new Arts District at the Aaron Huff Memorial Center. You've got KCHW there as well with Kat Brooks showing off her Northern Lights photography, and us doing some fundraising. You can renew your membership, or you can get your first membership, and while supplies last, you get a light-up Northern Lights Public Radio mug.
I got to get me one of them.
You got to get you one of those. Don't wait. You might want to even beat the rush and go by the radio station today and catch up with Michelle.
Yep,
Put a note on her door. Get her to come see
gonna
you.
happen.
So bring me a mug. I got money for you, and she'll show up. I trained her well.
Nice. Nice.
Passed on that middle name, so it's now Michelle Donation Williams.
Nice.
So that's all happening tonight, downtown streets of Chihuahua. It's going to be fun. And like I said, don't be a chicken. Get out there and enjoy the first bad weather. And you might want to take an umbrella. That's all I'm saying. All right. Let's see. Then we have, as we go into the weekend, Friday, 7 o'clock, Chihuahua Center for the Arts, The Marvelous Wonderettes. This is a great musical comedy. All right, getting rave reviews. Check it out. Then on Saturday at 10 in Colville, you got the Colville Valley Animal Sanctuary Shot Clinic. Then at 7 o'clock, again, you have the Marvelous Wonderettes. There is no Sunday matinee like last week, so you just have Friday night and Saturday night tickets at Acres and Valley drugstores. And then they have them online, too, if you want to visit the PACA webpage or the Chihuahua Center for the Arts webpage. You can get tickets for that show there. Last chance. Don't miss it. It's going to be a good one. And regardless, get out there and support our theater. That's right. You know, and they're not going to cry if you walk in and go, okay, here's $40 for me and my wife's tickets, and here's an extra $100 to keep the lights on. They're not going to mind that. Just saying. Nice. Then at the casino, this is so cool. I wish I was in town. Between 11 and 3 on Sunday, Tribal Artisan Day. They're going to have all sorts of tribal members there showing off their artwork, and you can even buy it too and support them. So very, very cool. I love Native American art. So that is going on Sunday. Looking ahead to the following week on the 10th, there is, which is a Thursday, next Thursday, free community gathering Thanksgiving dinner going on. And let's see where that is. That might be some helpful information, huh? I'm waiting for it to open. 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 It is hosted by the Chihuahua Faith Resource Group. And I can't see. Oh, doors open at 4 o'clock. There you go. St. Mary's Church.
Nice.
Easy peasy. All right. What you got going on, Alan?
Nothing, sir.
Nothing?
Nothing.
All right. Did you do anything for Halloween?
I did not.
You did not.
I did not.
That is so sad. So sad.
We're in the middle of nowhere. Nobody comes around there.
Yeah, you are kind of off the beaten trail. I mean, by the
Yes,
time
we
you
are.
walk down there, you'd be really scared that you might not get back out.
True story.
Or that someone's going to hurt you.
True story.
True story. All right. Did you hear about the famous TikToker who hit the golf ball into the Grand Canyon?
I did not. However,
Yes.
are we live on the Book of Faces?
We are live on the Book of Faces. Yep. I got a big red light that says live. So just refresh your window if you're missing us. And Marion's already checked in and said good morning. So we have arrived.
Nice.
She keeps us on our toes. Yeah, there was some. We didn't have a video feed going back. It was just the logo yesterday. And she said, you guys, we can't see you. Not that it's a big deal. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Well, we all have faces made for radio anyway.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, since Chuck's not here, we could say, but the two good-looking amigos are here.
Right.
So Chuck filled in for my sister Tuesday, and I sent him a text message that said, wakey, wakey. Just because you helped out on Tuesday doesn't mean you get Thursday off. I kind of like those type of rules. So anyways, the TikToker, I talked about it yesterday. She knocked a golf ball into the Grand Canyon, or a few golf balls. And it turns out that's a crime. Throw things over the rim of the canyon because there's hikers below, animals below. So let's see. It says TikToker Katie Sigmund has pulled stunts including bowling with a pumpkin, throwing a fake cinder block at cars.
Good Lord.
Wouldn't that freak you out if you're driving and somebody hurls a foam cinder block at your car? She could cause an accident.
How is that okay?
It's funny, but it's not okay. But I've got that twisted sixth sense of humor, so I kind of like it, but realize how wrong that is. Her recent exploit got her in trouble, and that was hitting some golf balls into the Grand Canyon. Let's see what the park has to say about that. You insulted their geologic wonder, and throwing objects over the rim of the canyon is not only illegal, but endangers hikers, wildlife, and whoever may be below. She's going to be charged with 3 pending misdemeanor counts related to littering, creating a hazardous condition, and throwing objects over the canyon rim. That's according to a park spokeswoman.
Wow.
Right? And she says, we do take incidents like this really seriously. So she's in trouble. Huh. All right. This caught my eye today. Just going to do the title, okay? You can already tell it's going to be tasteless, right? Miss Argentina and Miss Puerto Rico revealed that they secretly just got married.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, congratulations.
Good for them.
They're so cute, too. All right, let's see. Social media is over as we know it. Yay! Yay. World is still digesting the news that billionaire Elon Musk actually owns Twitter. But in fact, the development marks just the latest sign that social media as we know it has come to an end. So do you think he's going to drive Twitter right into the ground?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think it's going to become bigger and better than it ever has been.
Do you think everything he touches turns to gold kind of thing?
No, not really. I mean, I'm sure he's had a big share of failures, but in order to overcome those failures, you learn from them, you adapt. And now, I mean, look where he's at today.
I'm just kind of curious. It did scare some advertisers and stuff away, him taking it over. The whole handfuls of them left because I think they were upset about Conway Twist and Trump getting reinstated. Although Trump said he's not coming back to Twitter, he's going to stay on True Social, which makes sense because he's trying to, drive that and make money for it and all that kind of stuff. So,
well, I mean, he owns it.
yeah. So Twitter and the company formerly known as Facebook once dominated social media, but now both of them face uncertain futures. Twitter took on a $13 billion debt to complete the Musk deal, and Facebook's parent Meta spent $10 billion last year on a pivot to the metaverse. Do you know what the metaverse is, Alan?
Yeah, it has like 30 people in there. Yeah,
that's right. So this is people that would want to live in virtual reality.
Right.
And so far, it has not taken out at all. And they turned a lot of resources to this, thinking people would, maybe because of pandemic times and all the stuff we've been through with COVID, that people would just, we all got used to hiding away, and that we'd actually all want to put on a pair of goggles and really hide. But apparently not. I'm so proud of people.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
humans.
Definitely.
Upstart social networks with sophisticated AI-powered recommendation engines such as short-form video site TikTok, unfiltered photo app Be Real, chat app Discord, and video streaming app Twitch, which I've never heard of any other ones, but we're on Twitch right now, are angling to stake their claims as the next social media companies to rule the world. And that means companies that once defined social media could become irrelevant. One of the problems we've had with the social media streaming sites is that if you start playing music, they cancel you. They'll
Right.
Hide your video from being watched because they don't want to be sued by the record companies. None of them have in place a system where radio stations can report and prove that they're licensed, so we could stream video. We used to stream video 24 hours a day on Twitch, and we used to do it before on some other sites, but slowly, one by one, they all caved in. And the same thing has happened to Twitch. They finally started coming to us and saying, "Hey, you can't play music." And I said, "But I can, prove to you that we've paid for all this licensing." And they said, "Yeah, we have no, we have no remedy for that in place." So that was so that's why we're only on Twitch when we're live and talking.
Right.
So, let's see. We've heard the story before. Remember Friendster? Nope.
No.
How about MySpace?
I remember MySpace. I
It's like a
probably
ghost
still
town.
have an account.
Yeah, everybody does, I think.
Yeah.
That ever visited there.
Right.
And that's kind of scary because a bunch of your old information is just lingering there in MySpace.
Yeah. Nobody's interested in my info anyway.
Yeah, all right. So, Meta and Twitter or Facebook, young people don't even go there anymore.
Where are they going now?
I think they're doing the TikToks.
Really?
Yeah, they're not using Twitter either. So if the young people aren't using them, and us old stodgy people are, that's just kind of a sign of your upcoming demise. So I'm kind of the opposite on you. I think Musk is actually going to hurt Twitter.
I feel like he's gonna. I think it's gonna become important again. I
Think so?
really do.
All right.
Yeah. I think he's got a good head on his shoulders. I think he's going to do the right thing as far as content moderation, and he's not going to participate in suppressing one half of any particular type of argument.
If it's
that's how things get solved, right? You talk about them, you work it out, you reach a compromise, and it's good for everybody.
What if it's like hate speech, like Kanye West? You
Well,
think
I
that
mean,
should
what-
even be allowed on there?
No, there's kind of a fine line in there. I mean, I think people should be able to say what they want as long as that it's not going to lead to actual physical violence. Right.
Okay. Well,
everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's why we have the First Amendment, and then we have the Second Amendment to back up the First Amendment.
Well,
Right?
Kanye's kind of proof too that if you shoot your mouth off in the wrong direction, or what the majority of the public thinks is the wrong direction, you pay the
They're gonna
price by the cancel
yeah.
culture, and that's what he did. He opened his mouth. He made horrible comments about Jewish people, and he lost $1.5 billion.
Yeah, yeah. The public will let you know if they think if you're saying the wrong stuff.
So,
Right.
so my stepson asked my daughter this, and he said, "So, if your dad got a nationwide radio show, how long do you think it would take for the cancel culture to kill your dad's show?" And my daughter looked at me and she went, 3 months tops.
3 months. Wow. Wow.
I am so offensive.
Well, I mean, and that's another thing I think that the country really needs to get over. They've got to quit being so easily offended by stuff. I mean, you can't really say anything to anybody without offending somebody about some trivial little thing anymore, and it's stifled conversations.
Yeah, you really got to be careful on what you say.
Hmm.
Definitely.
I think we've lost the ability to communicate with each other, and I think it's really important that we work to get that back.
It is. It is. We've gotten way too. I don't know. Edgy is not the right word. Way too sensitive in a lot of
Yes.
ways,
Yes.
and not sensitive enough, I think, in some other areas.
Right. Yeah.
All
I
right.
would agree with that.
Kind of in the same vein, my next news story that I had saw, and when I first read it, I was just like, no, just tell me it's not true. How stupid are people? Fans have created GoFundMe pages to get Kanye West back to being a billionaire.
Oh my goodness.
So people feel so bad for him shooting his mouth off and losing 1.5 billion that they want to start a GoFundMe page. So they did it. And how much do you think it's raised?
$7.
25.
25. I was in the
And
ballpark.
this is for the American people. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'll be honest with you. I haven't really followed the whole Kanye West thing, and honestly, when you get a celebrity like that that's just loaded with the dough, I think they should know better. I mean, they're a public figure with a public platform, and they should know better.
Well, this is a sign that he doesn't. And
Right.
Chuck stood up for him. He said, this is just a guy who's literally screaming for mental help and not getting it. And it's true because so he loses all these major contracts with clothing companies and footwear companies that kind of decimate his financial portfolio, and then he wants to try and replace that loss with other companies that might carry his products, and he runs to the Skechers company and goes in and tries to pitch them without an
Yeah.
appointment, and turns out they're Jewish owned, and he just insulted Jewish people as a
Yeah.
whole.
Yeah.
So he's not thinking clearly,
No.
but the American people are $25.
And this is all, I think, part of the problem there too, Scott, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm glad I don't have an entourage. I don't know how you feel about having an entourage, but if you were rich, you need to surround yourself with people that are going to tell you the truth, not people that are just going to say, "Oh yeah, that's a great idea."
Yep.
You don't want yes men or yes people in your entourage or surrounding you that are just going to inflate you the whole time instead of telling you the truth and telling you what they think.
And if you're throwing lots of money around and spoiling people, they're just going to keep, inflating you. And that's a business style as well. I worked for a boss one time, and I was just telling him, and I guess, it looked like you were sucking up to him, but we became friends. And I said, this has been one of the most, as he was he was leaving his position, I said, working with you has been one of the most enjoyable work positions that I've ever had. And he said, well, there's two ways to operate as a boss or owner of a business, and that's rule by fear and intimidation, and that's no fun for the employees. I've been in that basket as well too. He said, or surround you with the best people you can that have skills that you don't.
Correct.
And that's exactly, kind of what he did. He was an idea man, but he had a hard time taking care of the minutia that went along with those ideas. And that was my job. I was his assistant, and I pretty much just walked behind him and picked up the things that fell off his plate and made sure they happened. And I got raise after raise after raise, and it was appreciated. So that's hard to find in a company today. So,
yep.
If you got
Big
that,
time.
they're saying this is the big quit, but if you've got a great job like that where you're supported, you could end up in a much worse position. So maybe consider that over a 5% raise. Happiness.
Easily. There's better things out there than money.
Exactly.
There's other things that are more important.
Like your family.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Mr. Milani, last one. Don't forget this. This is important for everybody. The ritual of changing the clocks is approaching once more for millions of Americans as daylight savings time ends on November 6th. So this weekend, you will be getting an extra hour of sleep.
Maybe that's what happened to Chuck this morning. Maybe he was a little early.
A little early?
And changing his clock over.
A little early. That's what we'll call him next week, a little early, or the week after.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. If some lawmakers have it their way, it will be the last time it happens. But we've talked about this so many times before, and it does not look like it's moving ahead in Congress. So
no, it's stalled.
It is definitely stalled. So I'm kind of sick of it too, jumping back and forth. I don't know how most people feel about it, but it seems like everybody kind of wants it to happen. This time change, especially I love the one in the fall. Give me an extra. It feels like you get an extra hour of life. But in the spring, no, don't take an hour away from me. I don't want that.
Right. Right.
Or the feeling that it gives me that I'm losing something. All right, let's move on to bits and breaks. I believe I sent you some, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
All right, first one I have is just a thought. 3 people walking down a sidewalk. So 3 people walking down a sidewalk should be illegal.
3 people?
Yeah, 3 because they're taking up the whole sidewalk.
Oh, this is true.
See?
Yeah.
And it's no fun if you're the third wheel, which I often am.
Yeah.
Spending my later years as a third wheel.
Who's that? Oh, that's just our spare.
That's Dad. Yeah. All right. Let's see. We're going to skip that one. I do have Pet Pro helpline calls. So these are people who have called professional pet lines like for food or, vet services and stuff. So the first one, it says, I have trouble seeing what I'm scooping. Can your food turn my dog's poop pink?
Ooh. Ooh.
Your dog may have another problem. But perhaps he's eaten a sock.
Or a balloon.
A balloon. The next one says, my 2-year-old daughter loves the taste of dog food. Is it okay for her to eat it?
Ooh. Oh.
Mostly.
I'm sure it won't hurt her much.
Yeah. I used to be able to dare my brother to eat dog food.
Have you ever had a milk bone?
That's what he would eat. I've had I've had a bite of a milk bone.
I've had a bite of a milk bone too. They're actually not that bad.
They're not that bad. It's like
No.
a cookie with no sugar.
Yes.
Yeah. I wonder, the one thing I didn't try was dipping them in milk.
Ooh.
Huh. Well, we can't do chocolate-coated milk bones because that's bad for the dogs.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, all right. Here's a question. Can a dog get claustrophobia?
I'm sure they could.
Yeah. And the last one that was sent in. What's up with my cat? She looks at me strangely when I sing and dance for her. Sign.
Yeah.
She doesn't like it.
You wrote that one yourself, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
And strangely enough, when I start to sing and dance for Mooch, she leaves the room.
Probably makes her nervous.
Yeah, and she makes that big sigh. My cat's a sigher. If you irritate her, it's and then she walks away, and it's like too human. All right. Strangely enough, people do that around me as well,
Yeah.
and then they walk away. All right, what do you got on your end there, Alan?
So when you were a kid, what was some of the dangerous things your parents allowed you to do that would probably get them arrested today?
Stand
We,
up in the front seat of the car
yeah,
while Dad's like flying down gravel roads at 80 miles an hour.
I remember those days.
Yeah, so we're talking like 60s, early 70s.
Remember when station wagons had the backwards facing seat all the way in the back?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, that was probably a bad idea.
Sometimes he even had a beer between his legs.
Oh, nice. Nice. But it was a light beer.
But it was a light beer.
It was,
It
a
was
light
half
beer.
empty.
It was- yeah. Yeah.
And that was okay. Everybody did it. And it just seems wrong today.
Right.
I'd say some other dangerous stuff. Giving your 10-year-old son a snowmobile and the keys to it and saying, go,
Oh,
it's
nice.
yours. Yeah. That was, what did I
Nice.
say? When I turned 10, I got my own snowmobile because I grew up in North Dakota. Yeah. So I had my own set of wheels, and in the town I lived in, it was so small a 10-year-old could drive down Main Street on a snowmobile, and nobody even gave it a second thought.
Nice. And where was this?
Mercer, North Dakota.
North Dakota. Well,
Yeah.
that's why it has a population of like what, 20?
130, I think, was in town.
130. Well, there you go.
Yep, you could
You're not gonna
snowmobile
hurt
down
nothing.
Main Street as a 10-year-old. Let's see. Also, as a 10-year-old, I got my first gun.
Nice.
Yeah. I'd shot him
Gonna
before.
Shoot your
Yeah.
eye out.
Yeah, no, he gave me a shotgun, so I could not shoot my get it.
Oh,
Yeah. But yeah, for also, which I think, around Stevens County, some people are like, well, that's the perfect age to give your kid a gun.
I don't know about give, maybe use.
No, I got to keep it in my room. Got bullets, all that kind of stuff. Here's your gun.
Yeah. I
Things
don't
are a
know.
little different today than they.
Right.
I'm old, so you're
Right.
talking late 60s. Well, you're talking early 70s for being 10. So
Right.
yeah. All right. How about you?
About the most adventurous thing I ever did was, you remember those playground equipment? How they had the jungle gyms and stuff that you could climb on, but none of the playgrounds that I ever had had like bark or macerated rubber in them. They were either asphalt or gravel.
Oh. So when you fell, it hurt.
When you fell, you knew it. But you know what? I learned not to fall. So, and then there would be those slides, the ones that were made out of silver sheet metal
Oh yeah.
that you would slide down. And I grew up in Arizona, sir. Those things got a little hot in the summertime.
If you didn't check it first, you could actually like melt part of your arm or your butt going down there,
Oh,
right?
yeah, easily.
Severe burns from a slide.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else horrible?
No, I don't think so.
Bummer.
And I don't think anything my parents ever let me do would get them arrested even today. Except maybe drinking out of the garden hose. I don't know. Can you get arrested
Ooh,
for that?
Yeah. I drink out of a lot of garden hoses. Maybe that explains some stuff. Like the
I feel
twitches.
okay,
I feel fine. Yeah. I haven't got any cancer yet.
right?
I had 3 leftover Halloween pet peeves, though.
Uh-oh.
My fat, hairy neighbor who goes as naked man. First one.
I'm sorry, man. I won't do that anymore.
Thank you, Alan.
I didn't know it was upsetting you.
People that suddenly thinking these tombstones in my yard are fake.
Oh. Oh.
Not true. All right. And the kids asking me to quit at 7 when they haven't collected nearly enough candy for me yet. Back out there.
Bring it home to dad,
And it's really rough since my kids are in their 20s.
right?
You're not done yet. Keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah. Don't forget the tombstones. They're real.
But dad.
Yeah. No. Go. Yeah, that's fun stuff.
Yeah.
All right, back to you, Alan.
You want to hear a joke?
Yes.
So Larry was startled to see the nonchalant way his buddy was taking the fact that his girlfriend was cheating with another man. Larry said that you said you loved her, and yet you saw her with another man, and you don't knock the guy down? I'm waiting, said his buddy. Waiting for what? Asked Larry. And his buddy said, waiting to catch her with a smaller guy.
Hey. No,
Yeah.
no.
Be careful, Scott.
No, not me.
Larry's looking for you.
All right. How about some bad poetry? You got any of that just laying around?
I do.
Okay. I knew
The
it.
stores are filling with Christmas stuff, promoting their holiday cheer. I wish just once they'd wait until I took my tree down from last year.
Oh,
Yeah, that's bad
that
poetry.
is bad poetry. Really bad poetry. All right. Great business ideas. All right.
Let's
So
hear them.
You had one. Buy a carpet store. You have a built-in job, right?
That's right.
All right. How about a soup company whose slogan is, we do what we can and we can what we do?
Nice.
Chinese stir-fry place on a lake. Their name, Walk on Water.
Walk on water.
All right. Here's a guy who says, I want to buy an old bank and turn it into a sandwich place with a drive-through where we send the sandwich through the tube to your car.
Ooh.
Funk. Oh.
Ooh. Can you still get a foot long?
Shaking that tube, trying to get your sandwich out. I need tongs. Anybody got some tongs? I just like the idea of food coming in one of those tubes. Funk. Oh,
Right.
Look, fries.
Unless it's soup. order soup from the tube.
Man, it's all over me. That's a good one, Alan. All right. Alan made a funny.
They're few and far between, but I do try.
They're good, though. Yeah, they're good. You got me. All right. I always, there's a guy who says, I always wanted to open up a bar called Tequila Mockingbird. Get it? Tequila Mockingbird?
I get it.
It's not that funny, though, is it?
No,
How about a bar named The Pint of No Return?
I would definitely drink there.
How about a do-it-yourself medical clinic called Suit Yourself?
Ooh,
These are getting really
Ooh.
bad, aren't they?
that sounds like a lawsuit waiting to happen.
A restaurant called I Don't Know for when your indecisive significant other can't decide where to go to eat.
That is brilliant.
Let's go to I Don't Know.
That's brilliant.
How about a religious pizza shop called Jesus Crust?
I like it.
Okay, all right. I don't know if I do or not. Keep going, though, Alan.
We've got some honest slogans.
It's right in the same vein. See how it just
Right.
segues right together?
flowed
Honest
right in there.
slogans. All
We
right.
hardly ever do that.
It's perfect.
So Amazon Prime, their slogan should be priming us to never leave the house.
It isn't shop till you drop, it's shop till you die.
That's right. WD-40 should change their slogan to never around when you need it.
Oh, or I've lost the nozzle.
I've lost the nozzle. Where's that straw?
And now they tried to get smart and put the nozzle on the pop-up spray thing for you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so it's got the spray thing, and now the nozzle's attached to it, and it's supposed to lift up. But I can't tell you how many times I've had the whole thing break off the top of the can, and now nothing works.
right.
And you
Or
can't
they
get you
leak.
can't get what's left in there out, unless you want to jam something down it and take it in the eye and try to collect it from there.
right.
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
upset about the WD-40 thing. Sorry.
I think they're getting better.
All right.
North Face, they should change their slogan to "For outdoor adventures across school campus."
Okay.
Everybody wears North Face. You don't even have to be in the north.
That's right. It's just a thing.
How about U-Haul? They should change their slogan to "No experience driving a large truck. Good luck."
Isn't that scary?
It is kind of scary.
I get the same kind of scary from elderly people in motorhomes.
Oh. Why are you making fun of me, Scott?
Sorry, Alan. Now you're even bigger. You got a fifth wheel. Look out.
Yeah.
Here comes Alan. Oh, he's got a semi-truck horn.
Right? Yeah, I probably need to get one of those.
Okay.
Last but not least, there's Netflix. And their slogan should be hoping your ex-girlfriend's brother won't change the password.
Who's using your Netflix account? That's going to be a thing after the first of the year.
Oh, I know it is.
They got some new tech that's supposed to knock that out. So
Who knows who's using it?
you have to like go in and like they're going to have a fee you can pay to add someone though, which is kind of smart on their part. So
I think there's probably only like one legitimate Netflix account out there, and everybody on the planet's using their info to log in.
That's what they're hurting for money. Well, they might not have the money problems if they'd add some new movies.
True story.
And it might be better if Hollywood would actually make some new movies that aren't dramas.
True story.
Yeah.
Or rehashes of the same old stuff,
Thank you.
but worse.
Yes. All right. Let's see. I'm out. You got one left. So it's all you, Alan. Wrap us up here with bits and breaks with Don't Do This at Work.
All righty. So one thing you shouldn't do is microwave smelly food. And for that matter, don't leave the break room while popcorn's in the microwave.
No, never.
Burnt popcorn smells up everything.
It's the worst.
Yes.
And it happens every now and again in that building, doesn't it?
It does happen every now and again. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Don't go barefoot.
Okay.
Most feet aren't that pretty, especially if they're hairy.
Ooh. One
Or
more
you
thing
have-
on there is one thing I experienced in the halls there
Yeah.
in the 3rd Street Mall building is somebody in their office decided to cook liver.
Oh.
Who
Yeah,
does that at lunch?
That is not a good thing. Not a good thing.
You should only be cooking liver if it's your own.
Liver and fish.
Ooh, yeah, don't, yeah.
Yeah, don't rewarm fish.
And I think those are foods that should always be cooked on an outdoor barbecue.
Agreed.
Bacon, also I love the smell of bacon. People love the smell of bacon, but it doesn't go away. And the second day, your house doesn't smell so good when it smells like old bacon. Bacon, another great thing to cook on the barbecue grill. Just saying.
I think bacon smells good anytime, even if it's 2-day-old smell
Okay,
bacon.
all right.
Yeah, I love bacon.
Explains a lot.
So we covered not going barefoot.
Yes.
Yeah. Nobody wants to look at hobbits' feet.
Hey, easy now.
That wasn't just you.
Easy.
I also have hobbits' feet.
Oh, hey.
They're so tiny.
The ugly people know who they are.
Hi, buddy.
We got our hands up. Yay.
Don't be the office downer. Work is hard to love, so please don't make it even harder by being one of those people who responds to "How you doing?" with "tired," or "If my car didn't suck, I'd be better." Yeah,
You should lie rather than being honest, is what Alan's saying.
that's not. I do not condone that either. It's kind of like celebrityship, though. Nobody wants to hear my opinion. So, don't conduct business on the toilet.
Okay.
Nice sound effect there, Scott.
Thank you. I did that myself with my own finger. Yeah. It's one of my rare talents. I can
That
make.
must have-
Yeah.
That must have been the phone dropping.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
one of my,
what that
One
was.
of my rare talents.
Don't set your phone volume on blast. No one wants to hear dings and rings at 90% volume.
Oops.
I agree.
Oops. Because you know mine. It screams it. Message from the dark side you have.
Yeah, but most of the time I can barely hear it.
Okay, good. That's because
But I think that's just my ears.
it could be. I carry it in my
Oh.
back pocket, and when it happens at the store, somebody's always looking at my butt. Message from the dark side.
But that's by design, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah. And then when I
d-
turn around, I look at him and I go, "It's my ex-wife."
It, wow.
Shh. Okay.
Next is don't give yourself a manicure pedicure. If you shouldn't go barefoot at work, you most certainly shouldn't be picking at your toes and fingers.
Or any sores that you might have. I've seen that before.
Anything. Quit picking at it.
You're picking
Gross.
at your sores and then you're touching my stapler?
Have you seen my stapler?
Favorite stapler.
It's a twin line. Next is don't steal food.
Okay.
I brought my lunch, snack, whatever for a reason. I'm sorry you're not prepared for an 8-hour day.
Don't sneak, a coworker's food. Don't steal a coworker's food out of the fridge. Just wait until they're ready to sit down and eat. Sit in front of them and just stare hungrily.
Right. Yes.
Yes, like a dog. Maybe even lick your lips a little bit.
Lick it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Works.
kind.
Yes, thank you.
And finally, it says don't crank the Russian folk music. If only someone would invent tiny speakers you could insert into your ears.
If only. Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be awesome.
Oh, that's funny. All right, we are looking at 8:03. It's KCHW Chihuahua, and time for this.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
And today it's holiday fun with Alan Milani.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Yes, as we get through Halloween, it turns into house guest season. All right? Going to be having our first house guest here in just a few days. To be sure you're ready, here's the house guest quiz. First up, Alan. The trick to hosting relatives for the holidays is planning. First step in the process is A, planning the sleeping arrangements, B, planning the menu, or C, planning to find an Airbnb for yourself.
Normally, I would go with C.
Okay.
I don't know. Usually, we plan the menu.
Okay. All right. If you have kids, you may have to have relatives sleep in their room while the little ones crash on the floor. The best choice to sleep in the kids' room would be A, younger cousins who are used to smaller beds, B, grandparents who are the most patient and accommodating, or C, your single uncle who still acts like a 4-year-old.
You know, I have been option C.
I don't know. You're so honest.
I'm a 6-foot dude. And I don't know how many kids' beds I've had to sleep in.
Okay. They'd be hanging off the edge, right?
Yes.
All right. After sleeping arrangements, meal planning is the most important part of having house guests. So when you're planning meals, imagine that you're Martha Stewart getting ready to host important people, B, a caterer preparing a banquet, or C, a cafe lady at Jenkins ready to dish out mystery meat to your snotty kids.
I think the correct answer is probably A.
Okay, Martha Stewart getting ready to host important people. Okay, yeah. Good job. All right, finally, when everybody is packing up to leave, just remember that you should A, make sure that nobody has left any personal items behind, B, thank everybody for coming and suggest they come again next year. C, get them the heck out of the house and enjoy a chance to finally use the bathroom for 5 minutes without interruption.
I'm going with option C.
Option C. All right.
Get out. Bye-bye now. Thanks for playing.
Yeah, thanks for playing. All right, to more fun and games. If you're the average person, you probably get 4 of these a year.
Uh-oh. Is this part of a quiz?
It is part of a quiz. I've switched it to real trivia questions. If you're the average person, you get 4 of these a year.
I don't know. Batteries? I have no idea.
They would be a surprise.
A sweater is always a surprise. But
and I'll take that as a correct answer. I'm looking for presents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, looking for presents. So there
Excellent.
You go. All right.
I'm never present, even when I'm here.
The average one of these happens at night and lasts just 2 or 3 seconds. Alan.
A dream. A dream, Scott.
That's the correct answer, but that is so not what I'm thinking.
I'm not going to put any adjectives in or around that answer.
2 or 3 seconds? Huh. Wow.
Yeah. Right. Seems like a long time.
Oh, you're making me blush. All right, shake it off, Scott. Let's see. Solve the mystery, Alan. A man walks into his bathroom and shoots himself right between the eyes using a real gun with real bullets. He walks out alive with no blood anywhere. And no, he didn't miss, and he wasn't Superman or any other kind of crusader wearing a cape. How did he do this?
It was a blank.
Nope.
Huh.
Remember, he's in the bathroom.
With with the bidet.
My eye! My eye!
Right between the eyes. Yeah, I don't know, Scott. With the shower head?
No, he's in the bathroom. How can you shoot yourself in the bathroom and not hurt yourself?
I don't know where your shower is, but mine's in the bathroom.
All right. He shot his reflection in the mirror.
Oh,
See?
that's not that bright.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to give you some bad scenarios. Your goal is to quickly guess which one got more votes in an online survey. So you're picking the worst.
All right.
All right. So what's worst? Having to marry someone you don't love, not being able to marry the love of your life. Which one's worst?
Ooh. I'm going to say B, not being able to marry the love of your life.
And you're exactly right. 63% chose that as the
Wow.
worst, which would be worst. So having to marry someone you don't love, they're rich. 37%.
Good. Oh, my goodness.
What's the worst? Warm soda or cold coffee?
Warm soda.
Warm soda at 49%, cold coffee at 51%. I disagree. I'd drink cold coffee over a warm soda anytime.
I drink cold coffee constantly.
All right, what's worst? Overcooked beef or undercooked chicken?
Overcooked beef.
Really? No, undercooked chicken, 87%. Makes you really, really sick. So if you don't mind dysentery, your choice is okay.
Dysentery. Little salmonella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the worst here, Alan? Your front teeth fell out overnight, or your front teeth turned brown overnight?
Oh. Those are kind of equally as bad.
That's what I'd say.
Man, I don't know. Let's say they turned brown.
Turning brown, 43%. Falling out, 57%. But I think falling out would be better than having some brown tweaker teeth.
Man, yeah, I think so too, because you can always get partials.
That's right. That's right.
Right?
All right, just a couple more here. On average, one person dies each day in the U.S. in this way. Happens in the bathroom.
Falling down in the shower?
No, sir.
No.
You would think
choking
that.
Choking on their toothbrush?
No, sir.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't have a clue, my friend. I mean, I could throw a few things out there, but I don't think they're radio worthy.
Drowning in the bathtub.
Get out of here.
Attention, idiots.
Wow. This is a tough one. I'm not going to do that yet. Spy the lie. All right.
All right.
Women are more sensitive to odors than men. It takes almost 10 years for human hair to decay. And the average American eats a half pound of cheese a week.
I'm going to go with the decaying human hair is the lie.
And what do you think? How long do you think it takes?
I don't think it takes 10 years. I think it's significantly shorter.
And you are totally wrong.
Really?
Yeah. You are right choosing that as the lie, but it's the opposite. Haven't you ever seen like when they open the casket that the skeleton's there, but there's usually like some leather and hair on its head, right?
I have seen that.
That is true in real life as well. Human hair takes centuries to decay.
Wow.
The average American eats a half pound of cheese a week.
Dude.
I wish I had that sound effect from Lloyd Bridges that says, and call the milkman and tell him no more cheese.
No more cheese.
No more cheese.
I love cheese.
All right. Hey, we missed one bits and breaks, and it looks like it could possibly be. I'm going to save you an answer wrong and win too.
Okay.
But we did miss one bit and break. It was great to. Oh no, we did get it. Okay, forget me, please. Just ignore me. Pretend it never happened.
Right.
Here it is. Most bizarre excuses for calling in sick. We're taking a side job here. Employee forgot he'd been hired for the job. I forgot you
Nice.
hired me. Huh?
Whoops.
His car broke down in Las Vegas during a weekend trip. And it says here the employee lived in Maine, so it would have taken him a weekend just to get there.
Wow.
Wasn't me. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Employee said she missed work because her dog was having a nervous breakdown. A squirrel.
See, I could see staying home for that, dude.
If your dog was having a nervous breakdown.
I can see staying home for that.
All right. Squirrel started a fire in your garage? Yes or no?
I don't know if I'd buy that.
Your dead grandmother was being exhumed for a police investigation.
Oh my goodness.
Your ex-girlfriend broke into your apartment and stole all of your clothes.
Oh.
You won $200 in the lottery and celebrated too much over the weekend.
I don't know that 200 to get you very far.
Here's an employee said a bird bit her. And the last one, I got sick from eating too much email. Should say reading, maybe. All right.
I bet you every single one of those excuses has been used.
I bet it has. All right. The last one I want you to do before we head to break is I want you, Alan, to answer wrong and win. Okay? I want you
Perfect.
to be a winner. All right. So the stupidest thing that comes to your head, name the food that bees are famous for producing.
That would be milk, sir.
Oh, they're so tiny. How would you milk the little bee?
Oh, you don't have to milk them.
You don't?
No, that stuff's all over the place.
Okay. Wow. Name something you might hang on a Christmas tree.
My prize-winning bowling ball. Yeah.
I'm so glad you didn't say Scott.
Good Scott. I'd never hang you.
To have a cavity filled, you go to see what?
Well, that would be the podiatrist.
Name something you might see in a snow globe.
In a snow globe?
Yeah.
A palm tree?
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. All right. And liquid typically shot out of a water gun.
Vodka.
Everybody, get in line.
I have a super soaker.
Shoot me, shoot me. Alan's parties get really, really fun. All right. Good job, Mr. Milani. When we come back, we can actually have local birthdays. We haven't got them all week. I'm hoping this year I get a calendar in Maine. Just saying. All right.
Nice.
So we got local birthdays with Alan Milani and some other good stuff, including a little bit of history. We got a few more jokes, and we always wrap it up with our odd news. Stick around. It's Northern Lights Public Radio and Amigos Day.
It's 8:16.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from Paul Mayer's Flowery Trail Cafe. The Flowery Trail Coffee House has changed hands. The new cafe still features familiar drive-through and coffee options, but also has added new breakfast items like biscuits and gravy, chorizo burritos, French toast, gluten-free pancakes, and more. The Flowery Trail Cafe strives to use as many locally sourced ingredients as possible and has a variety of healthy food options too. They're open Monday, Tuesday, and Friday from 6 to 2, Saturday from 7 to 3, Sundays from 8 to 3, and they're closed on Wednesday and Thursday. For more information, you can call them at 509-936-9140. Visit them at 6 West Webster Avenue in Chewelah or online at FloweryTrailCafe.com. Your KCHW Morning Show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
This is KCHW, Chewelah, 102.7 FM.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, November the 3rd, 2022. I'm Mike Clifford. So far, more than 375,000 ballots have been accepted in Minnesota's early voting window ahead of next Tuesday's election.
Minnesota Secretary of State Steve Simon says absentee ballots must arrive no later than Election Day. He says usually a mail delivery period of at least 1 week will ensure that deadline is met. But with that time frame shrinking, he suggests this strategy.
Just in an abundance of caution, our advice is that at this point, probably best to just hand deliver it to your local elections office. You can either go inside wherever that place is at a county or city. A number of them have drop boxes somewhere on the premises.
A list of drop boxes around the state can be found on the Secretary of State's website. I'm Mike Moen.
In other states, there have been reports of armed individuals taking it upon themselves to monitor drop box sites. But Secretary Simon notes Minnesota has laws about polling place access and conduct designed to thwart such activity. Now to Arkansas, where early voting is underway, but thousands of people there won't be able to vote in the midterms due to a past felony conviction. More on that now from Danielle Smith.
Research by the Sentencing Project says tens of thousands of Arkansans are among the 4.6 million Americans with felony convictions who are denied voting rights. Nicole D. Porter with the Sentencing Project says that's 1 in every 50 adults. And in Arkansas, she says over 8% of those who can't vote are African Americans who are on parole or probation.
The total number of people disenfranchised in Arkansas just number over 81,000, so the total number is 81,658 individuals with felony convictions will be disenfranchised during the midterm election this year.
Under Arkansas law, you lose your voting rights when you are convicted of a felony. But voting rights can be restored once a person completes their sentence, including any prison term, probation, and parole, and pay off any related fines, fees, and restitution amounts.
And NBC News reports President Biden Wednesday said the midterms are a defining moment for democracy as threats of political violence and voter intimidation loom over the upcoming elections. NBC reports in closing remarks days before the midterms, Biden again called election deniers an existential threat to democracy, tying the January 6th insurrection to last week's attack on Paul Pelosi. Prosecutors have said the alleged attacker was looking for House Speaker Pelosi when he attacked her husband with a hammer. The president also made the case to voters that the election, which is less than a week away, will be crucial to preserving the nation's democratic values in the long term. This is PNS. And with the election approaching, the Biden administration has announced millions in grants Wednesday to diversify the meat processing industry, an effort to improve competition, help livestock producers, and bring down consumer prices.
It follows a push for more antitrust efforts made by a group of state attorneys general, including California AG Rob Bonta, who wrote the USDA last December. Bonnie Haugen is a Minnesota dairy farmer and member of the Land Stewardship Project. She says state AGs can make a big dent in the problem.
They can look at companies that have too much power or are charging people wrong. And it's important to have a state attorney that's willing to not just look at stuff, but actually follow through and do something rather than turn and look the other way.
I'm Suzanne Potter.
Data from the U.S. Department of Agriculture says as of last year, this country had more than 2 million farms. That is down from 2.2 million in 2007. The number of Louisiana families with kids reporting they sometimes or often did not get enough to eat in the previous week has increased by 48% in the past year, but advocates for those families say there is a proven solution to the crisis.
The child tax credit helped more than 880,000 families in the Bayou State as they struggled through the pandemic. Many were able to catch up on rent. Others purchased new clothing or school supplies. Pascal Wynn of Youngsville is a mother of 7 school-aged children. She says with her husband unemployed at the time, they use the monthly payments to help feed the family.
Also help with some of our utilities, and as well as putting our son in like a high-quality childcare.
Census data shows when families were receiving the monthly payments of a few $100s a month, nearly 4 million children were lifted out of poverty. I'm Catherine Carley reporting.
Finally, Eric Teodoff lets us know a proposed mining operation in central Idaho is raising concerns about possible damage to nearby fish and wildlife habitat.
The U.S. Forest Service has released a supplemental draft environmental impact statement for the Stibnite Gold Project, an open-pit mine in the headwaters of the East Fork of the South Fork Salmon River near McCall. John Robinson with the Idaho Conservation League says the area was mined for decades and was starting to bounce back from those environmental effects. But his and other conservation groups are concerned this new project will be a step backward.
Even though the mining company is pitching this as a restoration project, at its heart, it remains an open-pit cyanide vat leach mine.
Perpetua Resources, the company behind the project, said in a statement that it's providing hundreds of family wage jobs for Idahoans.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service on a great radio stations, your favorite podcast platform, and find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
The Three Amigos!
And we're back. Should we let him in, Alan? Should we let him in?
We should, but we should mute him.
Just let him have his picture on
karma.
Facebook,
Yeah.
his likeness, but don't let him talk. Okay. All right. Chuck Ritchie joining the show and enjoying his extra time this morning. How you doing, Chuck?
Got a little extra snooze in this morning.
A little
Sorry
extra
about that.
snooze.
You set your clock ahead early, didn't you?
I don't know what happened.
You remember him just like a couple weeks ago saying, "Oh no, I've got my alarm problem fixed. It's all fixed. It's never happening again."
Roll
I thought
the tape.
I did. I had the phone between me and my wife, and then neither one of us woke up.
She probably just put the pillow over it.
Right.
All right. Did you like the text I sent you this morning?
I did.
So just because you helped on Tuesday doesn't mean you get Thursday off. All right. We're all back up and running this morning. Thanks for joining the show, Chuck. We're just picking on you. Happy to see you and happy
No problem.
everything's okay.
Sorry I'm late.
All right. Better late than never. All right, Chuck, I think me and Alan probably got you noticed that today's show prep was a little short with the event. So we're going to be doing, just so you know, we're going to be doing odd news today from the 31st because it never got done. So we've got our funny stories coming from a couple days ago.
Okay.
All right. Our staff writer's on hiatus, and it's caused lots of problems. All right.
That's why I'm late.
Exactly. Alan, you get to start off. Will you catch us up with some local birthdays because we've missed them all week long? So
Do you want me to do the whole week?
Sure.
All right. So on Tuesday, it was Wayne Peck. On Wednesday, we had Dr. T. Boone and Greg Formek.
All right. That's Tom.
And today we have Dave Wilson, Sarah Cochran, and Jessica Roberts.
Nice. And how about tomorrow, since we're not going to be on the air?
Absolutely nothing, but there is a Chamber of Commerce meeting at 7 a.m.
There you go. Thank you very much. All right. If you know them and you love them, you see them around town pointing laughs, tell them we talked about them on the radio, but don't tell them what we said. All right, Chuck, how about some celebrity birthdays? You got any of those for today?
Yeah. Let me check it out here. Oh gosh. Oh, sorry. My computer screen's going all over the place. Looks like Anna Wintour is 73. Roseanne Barr is 70. Kate Capshaw is 69, as well as Dennis Miller is also 69. Sports commentator Phil Simms is 67. Dolph Lundgren is 65. Colin Kaepernick and Elizabeth Smart are both 35. And Kendall Jenner is 27.
Mm-hmm. Is Roseanne Barr still out of the country?
I don't know. Was she out of the country?
Well, yeah. So it was a few years ago. She made anti-Semitic remarks like Kanye West did, but she got so much hate she left the country. And remember, she lost her show and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I was just hoping she was.
Whatever happened to Dennis Miller? What's he doing these days?
I have no idea.
Don't know.
Is he not on TV?
Not as far as I'm aware.
Oh, wow. All right.
I
Chuck?
always enjoyed him growing. up.
Yeah, I thought he was funny.
Yeah.
All right. It happened today. It's a little bit of history. We start off in 1911 when Chevy officially entered the automobile market in competition with the Ford Model T. Then on to 1913 when the U.S. introduced income tax.
Oh. Yay.
Oh. On to 1992, Democratic challenger Bill Clinton defeated incumbent Republican George H.W. Bush and independent candidate Ross Perot.
Yeah, Ross Perot.
He was so mousy, wasn't he? Not like
I don't know if that was my Ross Perot impersonation or my SpongeBob impersonation,
but I liked
they're
it.
about the same. They're about the same anyway.
Yeah. 1998, former professional wrestler Jesse Ventura elected governor of Minnesota. Minnesota, don't you know? 2003, a German man who survived 5 days in the Alps and freezing temperatures by eating snow was fired because he missed work. He received written notification of his dismissal while doctors at the hospital were deciding whether to amputate 6 of his frostbitten toes.
Man.
Oh.
Talk about adding insult to injury.
That's right. 2006, Delray Beach, Florida. Police charged 16-year-old Carlos Matos with felony robbery when he confessed to stealing $200 cash and a pizza from a delivery man. He got caught because he gave his phone number when ordering that pizza.
I got my 2 hands up.
Wow.
2014, One World Trade Center opened 13 years after terrorists destroyed the Twin Towers of the original World Trade Center. That was 2014. And 2019, Olivia Newton-John's black leather outfit from the film Grease sold for $405,000 at an auction in Beverly Hills, and I am now the happy owner of that black leather outfit.
It's greasy.
It'd probably be worth more if you weren't wearing it, Scott.
Yes, I think I ruined it. I may have ruined it. It's possible. Special events with Mr. Smarty Pants Alan Milani.
Today is Cliche Day.
Okay.
Give someone $1 today day. Housewife Day. Men Make Dinner Day. I'm going to pretend I didn't read that.
No.
Sandwich Day and World Jellyfish Day.
Ew. What would you do? Why is that even a day?
Jellyfish?
Yeah, jellyfish. Why would that even be a day?
Not a clue.
I feel like
Can it just be Jelly Day and then I'll have some toast?
Yeah.
To celebrate.
Maybe you could put some jelly actually on some fish and eat that.
Mm.
What would jelly and fish taste like together?
I don't know.
You.
All right. Sorry. That was just wrong, wasn't it? Let's move on to news and nuggets. Just a few of the lighter news stories today. Starting off, and you got an email with these on them, Chuck.
Okay.
All right. I'll go ahead and start off. Black Friday deals pretty much the same every year. People usually don't save their Black Friday circulars and emails from year to year because that'd be really weird. Here's the thing, though. The deals on the shopping holiday aren't that great to begin with, and they also repeat from year to year, so you could have saved those. Flipping through old circulars dating back to 2008, the Wall Street Journal noticed that the items and even the prices don't change very much from year to year on the front covers of print and digital Black Friday circulars. Target spokesman pointed out that the obvious thing, the items appear year after year because people want to buy them year after year, and that's why 80% of the items on the front covers of circulars are the same. We want the same things every year for Christmas? Oh.
That's weird. I think the public requests the same things every year.
Could be.
Except for fruitcake.
Yeah.
That's true. You got to have my fruitcake.
Yeah. Yeah, you are the word person that likes fruitcake, aren't you, Chuck?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I use it to hold the door open when the dogs are out.
I'm gonna give you my fruitcake from last year.
That's the way I like it. Extra hard.
I've always wondered if you start a fruitcake on fire, does it smell like a tire?
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, it kind of tastes like a burning tire anyway.
I think so.
It's probably really hard to put them out too.
All right, there's some new shoes coming to market. Chuck, will you tell us about them?
I will. So unlike cruising down the sidewalk on roller skates that come with a bit of learning curve, there's a shoe called Moonwalkers that'll zip you around more quickly while being no more complicated than a moving sidewalk at an airport. Developed by a team of robotics engineers who spun off their work at Carnegie Mellon University, Moonwalkers might look like roller skates, but they add power and intelligence to the experience so you never feel like you have a rocket on your back. There's a video. A strap-on design allows the Moonwalkers to be used with almost any pair of shoes, and each unit features a 300-watt electric motor that powers a set of 8 polyurethane wheels, similar to what you'd find on a pair of inline skates, but much, much smaller and not in a single line, so no balancing is required. Sensors monitor the user's walking gait, while algorithms automatically adjust the power to the motors to match synchronization between each foot, so the added speed increases and decreases as the user walks faster or slower. A hinged toe section flexes the same way as the shoe does, so the Moonwalkers feel more comfortable and natural to walk in. The inventors claim that Moonwalkers can increase someone's walking speed by 250%.
Now I want to know what they cost.
Right?
Because I could just like stand there, and if you had a remote, you go back and forth. That'd be awesome.
Right? I want some. Wow.
Hold on, I'll be right over there.
I wonder how many extra steps that would put on your Fitbit.
Zero. After a while, you'd have to get the upgraded version that hauls more weight.
Yeah.
All right, Alan.
Okay.
This
so,
one.
So I looked them up, and they totally do. They look like shoes with little tiny wheels underneath them, like a platform almost.
It sounds like it could be kind of fun, though.
And no, it looks like they strap onto your shoes. Is what it looks like. It's like a little platform.
It'd be easier than a Segway.
It would be.
Yeah,
it would be.
All right, Alan.
I saw a cool thing. There are companies that are developing bioengineered contact lenses now, and they're pretty close to coming out on the market with contact lenses that you can zoom in on something you're looking at. You can see like your heads-up display. You can check your email walking around.
No way.
Eyes. Yeah.
No way. Like bionic eyes.
Like bionic eyes. There's a company. They said they're really close to putting something out on the market. They're
It'd be
close
really
to
cool.
A functioning prototype.
When they zoom in, if they went do.
Steve Austin.
Wow.
I wonder if they're made by Meta.
I don't think so, but I bet you they would be. I wouldn't be surprised.
How do you get them to zoom? Do you like tap your forehead?
Or
do you just think about zooming and they zoom?
That would be cool. Until they get stuck, and all of a sudden you're in the middle of driving and you're on the highway and you get stuck and zoom.
Oh, I don't know. That's awesome and creepy at the same time.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Alan Milani,
we dreamed about as kids.
This next story is perfect for you. Get angry, okay?
Food prices?
Yeah, get angry.
Yeah.
All right.
So a year ago, a bag of potato chips at the grocery store cost an average of $5.05. These days, that bag costs $6.05. A dozen eggs that could have been picked up for $1.83 now average $2.90. Inflation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sort of.
No.
In mid-October, PepsiCo, whose prices for its drinks and chips were up 17% in the latest quarter from year earlier levels, reported that its third quarter profit grew more than 20%. Likewise, Coca-Cola reported profit up 14% from a year earlier, thanks in large part to price increases. Restaurants keep getting more expensive too. Chipotle Mexican Grill, which said prices by the end of the year would be nearly 15% higher than a year earlier, reported profits up nearly 26% from a year earlier.
So, so these profits are higher than their normal profits even. So they wouldn't have had to, in all those examples, they wouldn't have had to increase their prices at all.
It's even the same thing. It's the same thing that's happening with oil. All the companies are increasing their prices and then pointing fingers at politicians.
Wow. Well, and look at PepsiCo, a 17% increase in profits. 20% increase by raising their prices 17%. Oh, that's
yay!
They could have left their prices alone and still had a 3% increase in profits.
Yep.
From year over year. You know, the politicians have been screaming about this, about the oil companies. I know the Biden administration has. And although they came out and said they were going to raise taxes on the oil companies, then I saw another story that says that's pretty much impossible. So, and I didn't even know we taxed the oil companies. But, yeah, it's crazy that there's price gouging going on and nobody's doing anything about it. Sad.
Massive price gouging all across. Because they can.
All right, let's see. End of daylight savings time kills people.
Is that a surprise?
Yeah, I guess. After clocks are turning back, pedestrians walking during the evening rush hour are nearly 3 times more likely to be struck and killed by cars. Oh, that's why. It says that they're more likely to be killed by cars than before the time change. Researchers said ending daylight savings time translates into about 37 more U.S. pedestrian deaths around the 6 o'clock hour in November compared to October. It's not the darkness itself, but the adjustment to earlier nighttime that's the killer. Researchers found that per mile risk jumps 186% from October to November, but then drops 21% in December. They say the drop-off by December indicates the risk is caused by the trouble both drivers and pedestrians have adjusting when darkness suddenly comes an hour early. Wow.
Didn't we vote on this and all agree that we should just stay where we're at right now?
Yeah, and why is Congress holding it up?
Because they don't care.
Oh. All right.
More important thing to do than deal with us Washingtonians wanting daylight.
Yeah. All right, one more. And, Chuck, this is for you. Humans show more empathy for dogs.
Yeah,
Aww.
a study found that humans can have more empathy for dogs than their two-legged friends. Yep. The research examined whether people were more emotionally disturbed by reports of humans or dogs suffering abuse. Participants in the study were given fictitious news reports about an unprovoked attack with a baseball bat by an unknown assailant. Different versions of the report had the victim of the attack as either a 1-year-old infant, a 30-year-old man, a puppy, or an adult dog. Researchers said study respondents were significantly less distressed when the adult humans were victimized in comparison with human babies, puppies, and adult dogs.
Well, at least human babies ended up in there.
Right.
Wow.
How dark are we?
Humans can defend ourselves, and we can, try to talk things out, or sometimes it's their person's fault.
But not puppies.
But not puppies.
But
Can't
not
hurt the puppies. They're innocent creatures that didn't do anything wrong to anybody ever.
That's right.
Yeah.
I like to think about myself the same way. Here we go. We're going to wrap things up.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Alan's looking up in the sky. What's up there, buddy?
No, I'm looking out the window.
Are your people there? He's got people.
Not yet.
He's just bored.
So you're donating the old van, is what you said, right?
I am.
All right. Yay for donating.
Going to Cars for Kids.
Oh,
I don't know if I can say that on the air.
Why?
but I just did.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, I think it's probably a nonprofit group. Sounds like it to me.
Yep.
All right. News attack is where we're headed, and the first part is always a true statement. Second part, always a bad joke. Chuck Ritchie, you're on top of the Hollywood squares and going first.
Right. Effective this week, nearly every New York City company will be required to include salary ranges for job postings. Nice. As well as a list of all the snacks available in the break room.
That is important.
I would say that's more important than the salary.
Right?
Is there free coffee? I need free
What kind of
you know,
snacks you got?
I don't know if this is other people, but I know personally in our house, if we're looking for a job and there's no pay listed, we just scroll on past. I would never apply for a job that didn't even have the courtesy to include what they're paying in the listing.
You think that's a dead giveaway? It's not much?
Or a range. Yeah, I think so. It's either enough, it's either not enough, or, insultingly low, which is, I guess, the same thing. But yeah.
All right, Alan, you're an employer. Would you put the pay range in or not?
Well, I mean, that's kind of hard for us to do because I don't have employees.
Oh, okay.
So they kind of set their own. I guess it's not really an hourly. It's more like piecework.
Okay.
So you hire contractors, basically.
Right.
People that work as independent contractors. That's understandable. And then they can set their rate. Yep. Yeah.
So if I'm running an ad for volunteers, do I need to put 0 in there?
It would be helpful if you would list the snacks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably should have did that for the co-host thing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. All right. Alan, you're up next.
A dog woke up the owner of a San Antonio, Texas home that caught fire, allowing her to escape safely. Guess who's getting a double belly rub for the rest of their life?
I would.
Totally. All right. Over the weekend, Twitter's new owner, Elon Musk, posted and then deleted a baseless conspiracy theory, which means his next logical move is to run for president.
Sweet.
Ooh, yeah. Bump. Where's my rim shot for that one? Back to Chuck.
Sadly, that's true.
Yes.
Daylight saving time ends this weekend. The optimist sees it an extra hour of sleep or an extra hour to binge Disney Plus.
Oh, it's a tough decision. All right, Alan.
2/3 of parents say their children will trick or treat this Halloween.
Well, we should have skipped
that
one.
Passed. Yep.
Next one's better. Try that.
A study found that regular marijuana users have 20% more sex than non-users, mainly between video games.
Ow.
Just a minute, honey.
But I'm on level 7.
Let me beat this guy, and then I'll come in there.
I can tell Halloween's over. I'm throwing out all the McDonald's wrappers from my car to make room for the candy wrappers.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Got to double up. On to the world of wacky but true. We don't add anything to the stories, but movie clips that we think might fit. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And here comes Chuck Ritchie with wacky but true.
Mm-hmm. A woman in China who suffered nosebleeds for decades was shocked by the cause. The 57-year-old woman was told her nosebleed problem was due to a severe case of rhinitis, an inflammation of the nose membrane, but a scan showed a strange object in her nasal cavity. Doctors were shocked to discover what was a fully grown, complete tooth with a crown in her nose.
So that means she snorted the tooth up into her head.
Was it
hers?
Yeah, where are the details in the story? Come on, people.
Was it hers?
There's information we need to know here.
Yeah, I was at a party and I accidentally snorted someone else's tooth.
Wow.
I was in a really long romantic kiss and I accidentally snorted someone else's tooth. Huh.
Yeah, at first I thought, it was a random tooth that grew there because, things like that happen. But then with a crown, I'm like, what?
No, so yeah, it wasn't there originally, is what I'm thinking.
I had a friend once that had headache problems. He was having massive migraines and stuff all the time, and they got worse and worse and really debilitating to the point where he couldn't even work anymore. So they found out in the middle of his brain, they found teeth and hair in the middle of his brain.
from like a conjoined.
Yeah.
They weren't his, so like it would have been a conjoined twin or
it was
something
a
like that.
conjoined twin. Yeah, it was an unfully absorbed twin.
I got a sound effect that works for both of these.
The doctor said I wouldn't have so many nosebleeds if I kept my finger out of there.
Yeah.
I apologize for that. On to Florida with Alan Milani.
A Florida homeowner learned a painful lesson about the stubbornness of alligators when one came uninvited into his yard. According to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, the property owner attempted to remove the alligator himself and sustained a bite injury to one of his arms. An alligator trapper was dispatched and removed the alligator from the premises.
I'm so glad we don't live in areas where alligators just could randomly attack us.
True story.
Where you could go take your dog for a walk and be attacked by an alligator.
I don't know about you guys, but that's an intentional decision on my part.
I mean, the worst thing we have is rattlesnakes in Washington, right?
Right.
Here is, though, just in case you happen to run into an alligator in, let's say, Addie. Here's some advice.
Mama says that alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth but no toothbrush.
Yeah. Also, what? Go ahead.
Wouldn't that make it an alligator?
All right. And this, too, advice.
And by the way, Mama, alligators are ornery because they're medulla oblongata.
It's still my favorite movie. All right. Even though I've stopped liking Adam Sandler, that movie is amazing. Especially where he tackles Colonel Sanders. It just doesn't get any better than that.
Colonel Sanders?
Yeah. The guy that looks like Colonel Sanders, the teacher.
Yeah.
He looks just like Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
And he tackles when he just goes,
that's right.
And takes him out. That's awesome.
I was thinking of what's his name from the Bob Barker.
Yeah. Oh,
that was a different movie.
That was Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, that was Happy Gilmore. Yeah,
I mean, watching somebody get beat up by Bob Barker, that's kind of cool too.
That's awesome.
All right, here we go.
It really is.
Looking for some non-stupid people. Good luck. We're here. Pasadena, Texas is turning heads, making some people laugh and others scowl. Owner of Pets Gone Wild Resort. What? Pets Gone Wild Resort? Put up a now hiring sign Tuesday that reads, now hiring non-stupid people. Walter Parsons said the resort has been trying to fill positions for a while. They've made postings online, but haven't had many applicants, and the employees they have hired haven't worked out.
Wow.
Because they're stupid.
Yeah.
Wow. Wouldn't you like to do that, though? I mean, how many of us here have had to deal with hiring people?
I'm throwing a party, and I don't want any stupid people. It works for a lot of things.
Ooh, this party would be nice.
Pretty much this sums it up.
There are no stupid questions, just stupid people.
And then for the rednecks,
stupid is forever.
Forever. All right, here's your sign.
And off to what? Go ahead, Chuck, and then take us to Chile.
I was just going to get started on this one.
Okay.
A major road in Chile was shut down, snarling traffic enforcing a sudsy cleanup operation. The shutdown was caused by the scattering of 10,000 bottles of beer. The accident occurred after a car collided with a delivery truck. Oh, man.
Such a waste. Let's go live to the scene.
I'm going to need a beer to put these flames out. Go!
Put the flames out? I got
10,000 bottles of beer on the ground. 10,000 bottles of beer.
Whatever you do, don't do this with your beer.
I had no idea those beer cans were going to blow like that.
You left them on a vibrating bed. What did you think was going to happen?
Stay away from those cans.
These cans are defective. Oh, man. We are stooges, and it's back to you, Alan.
You want to go to the UK?
Sure.
So in the UK, some guys held up a post office getting away with a bit of cash. One of the guys was captured when he was found hiding in a shed. A second was found in a nearby garage, and a third was captured when he was spotted wandering around asking for the nearest railway station. The apparent leader of this bunch called attention to himself when he tried to hide in a hotel lobby. He sat down and pretended to read the newspaper, only he was holding it upside down.
This kind of stuff only happens in the movies, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it.
Wow, but that's real life. Huh. Okay, I got this.
The only thing you're ever going to be king of is king of the stupids.
Yeah. All right, the last one up here in Greece. 2 thieves ambushed a supermarket employee who's taking cash to the bank. Men were armed with only ketchup.
Nice.
Police say the thieves jumped out of the bushes and threw 2 big bags of ketchup on the front window to stop the car. Men fought with his attackers, who managed to flee on a motorcycle with only a fraction of the money he was carrying. Huh.
Was it like the big bags that you fit in like the things at the convenience stores?
It must have been. Wow.
Because that would be hard to throw.
Wow. I had to really dig for ketchup sound effects, too.
What'll it be, fellas? Mustard or ketchup?
I kind of like that one. How about this?
Oh, that's enough ketchup. Come on. Yeah.
Oh, I like the sound effects in that.
Ew.
Let's hear that one again.
Oh, that's enough ketchup. Come on. Yeah.
Oh, don't you hate when the ketchup bottle does that? All right. All right. That is our show for today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for showing up late, Chuck Ritchie.
Sorry.
Because showing up late is better than not showing up at all. And Alan Milani, thank you for being here, too.
Yes, sir.
Quick reminder for you guys and everybody else around town, it is First Thursday Art Walk. Art Walk starts at 5:30. You can kick it off at kind of the curator of this event at the Trails End Gallery. There will be other galleries open around town. I think the Yale Press, the McCunn Gallery, Chihuahua Center for the Arts at the Aaron Huff Memorial Center. And we also have KCHW on the street soliciting memberships for our fall membership drive. And in conjunction with that, a couple things going on. Kat Brooks, going to be showing her Northern Lights photography. And you come by the booth, check out the photography, get a membership or renew your membership while supplies last. You get a light up Northern Lights public radio mug. Also, a surprise event happening around 6 o'clock. Forrest Govadier bringing in a piece of his dad's artwork truck. It's got to be brought into town on a trailer, and he's going to be unveiling that right there by the Huff Memorial Center and between the senior center there. So be checking that out too. And kind of in memory of his dad, he's going to unveil that. And we're going to start at 6 o'clock. We're going to play some music down there too. And I have 4 songs that were some of his dad's favorites, and we're going to play a little music. And then Forrest is going to unveil that piece of art for people to enjoy. So it's the First Thursday Art Walk. Weather may not cooperate, so have an umbrella handy. It might even get to see the first snow, which would be kind of pretty. There you
go.
No. All right. You guys ready for the cold?
No.
No? Well.
Already bundled up, sir.
Yeah, I can see. He's
I
got his
2
beanie
months
on.
of outdoor stuff to do.
Yep. You should have listened to me last week when I said, get your outside projects done.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, thanks for being here for 3 Amigos Thursday, and we are off the air tomorrow. Side note, there are a few people in town that know my mom, and she did pass away last night. I'm going to finish up my work today and the live broadcast tonight, and then I am going to be taking some time off. So we should be off the air maybe a little longer than a week for the morning show. But for those of you who didn't know my mom, she was a crazy old lady, and she was spunky. And she held on for a long time, but she did pass away last night. So there you go. All right. Other than that, you have a great day. Keep on listening to Northern Lights Public Radio. It's the 3 Amigos.